Hello, YouTube. If life ends, does death start? If you can get yourself killed, why can't you get yourself born? Anyway, let's get into it. As far as direction and being directionless, of course, we can attribute a lot of this to the radiation around us, or the EMF radiation, all forms of radiation. Epidemic. Again, nothing is a cure and nothing is a poison. It's all about the dosage and the proximity. And life never ends. Relationships never end. It's always about the proximity. So everything is related to everything. And if we're talking about something like this autism epidemic, which is running rampant, all these different levels of autism, ADD, ADHD, it's just someone being pushed into their mind or into their thinking, and then they're not totally inhabiting their body. So all the telephone poles, all these things. We're talking about somebody with the severe cases of autism. Of course, it's, mercury is radiating within them. So it's a close proximity of mercury radiating within them, keeping them trapped in this bodily prism or prison. So that, but partially though, they're partially inhabiting this body, partially in the netherworld. So they're not fully here. And it's letting you know what's happening as a whole. Is, these worlds are colliding. We have a world, the netherworld, and this dense world is colliding. Basically, one day, if you want to call it one day, you'll wake up from waking up in all these different fragments of one life. So, parasites thrive where ambient energy is. So if you're directionless, you'll just be, all your life force energy will go into just being ambient. It won't be concerted. You have no direction for your projection. So it just keep you indecision. So you'll be indecisive. And if you don't make the decision will make you. And it really has a lot to do with the ultimate agenda, not knowing your own ultimate agenda and your own true value system. If you know what your ultimate agenda is, then you know how to make decisions, because anything that conflicts with that is just a no-brainer. You don't have to even think. We put all this value into thinking because we're not totally in our body. We're not totally inhabiting the body in this moment. If we were totally inhabiting the body in this moment, then we would just go from body to body, totally inhabiting. But since we have parasites in people that are inhabiting areas of the body, they're not totally in this moment because something else is in this moment with them. And when you are not totally in your body and you're being pushed around into your thoughts, whether it's, of course, too, with the cannabis thing, especially indoor cannabis, the EMF radiation that gets instilled in the cannabis. I mean, people are already disrespecting themselves, smoking when the moon is waning and all different types of times that they shouldn't even be doing it. Shouldn't even be smoking, really. So you're already in your thoughts more because of that. A lot of smokers have worms in their lungs. So, astragalus root, maybe some marshmallow root, definitely astragalus. So you can cleanse the lungs of those lies. So if you're in these thoughts, because again, it's the crystals too in the THC, and then the crystals have all this radiation, all this EMF radiation in them. It's just pushing you into your thinking. So you're constantly in ambient mode. All your energy is ambient. You're not manifesting consciously. And any moment where you're not consciously manifesting, you can think of it as an entire lifetime. If you've seen Inception, a second in this level is a lifetime in that level. Yeah, it's like an entire lifetime. You think about somebody being in one of your past bodies or one of your future bodies, keeping you in this moment that you're in. So you can only imagine a person with autism, what they're going through as far as a tug of war for their past and their future. Same difference. So we'll wake up from waking up in all these fragments and being between all the time and being indecision, and we'll get into this solo living or the solar living, solar plexus, your heart chakra, from the heart up instead of living from the heart down. So we'll totally inhabit the body. And again, with the thinking, you got to realize too that thoughts, especially, it's auditory thinking we're talking about here, not visual thinking. Auditory thinking. You're already thinking in a language, most likely an oppressor's language. So you have to realize that you came before this oppression of language. It's a mechanism to keep you in a reality, because you're taking this unreality or these unreal things, these words, which are spells, and you're applying them in your internal dialogue to manifest the reality for yourself and all of us that is not of our nature, because we are multidimensional. And again, words are not, they're flat. They keep us in a linear state of being, and that they don't bring about anything beyond that second dimension unless you tie the intentions of the words to something that is three-dimensional or greater. So the three-dimensional or greater thing is us. We've been tied to these words. The words have been tied to us. And now we're manifesting realities that are not of our nature. So we are experiencing the nature of the unnatural. All right. So, again, and you're trying to apply, when it comes to thinking too, as, thoughts being, a language, you're trying to bring human thoughts of auditory nature into these other realms of life, beyond this veil of death or sleep or whatever, what have you. And it's something you can't take when you leave. Again, opinion and belief, they need words. Knowledge is still, doesn't need to be pushed. It's ever present. It's there. It's void. It's there. Total consciousness doesn't need to think. Again, you can't teach consciousness. So it's about just totally inhabiting the energy, because something is inhabiting pieces of our energy. So the more we inhabit our energy, again, energy is the power. The consciousness is the will. So you have the willpower. If you're not inhabiting your energy, then you have no power behind your will, and then you're just observing being a human that isn't in control. If you can follow me that far. So again, it's about living from the heart up. Heart work over smart work, not hard work. So it's our choice. We can live pain-filled or thank-filled. And just appreciating self. The more you appreciate, the more you appreciate. So, again, with self, with dematerializing and giving up to get, because you will not, the new can't come if you don't release and let go of the old. So that's why we have the acid and alkaline thing. The acid washes away, and then the alkaline will come, and then the acid washes away. But if you think of life as, if you think of the self as the door frame and the body as the swinging door of the breath, and again, you got to realize, again, there's no vacuum in life. It's all pressure. So you put pressure to expand the lungs and change the pressure of reality as a whole, or existence, the atmosphere as a whole. So you push your lungs out, and then you change the pressure of all of existence. So if the self is this door frame that is ever present, and the door is this sensation of the breath is the swinging door, then you realize that there is no in or out. You're just constantly awareness. So if you're awareness, you have to realize that if you dematerialize and get rid of all the material clutter, that having nothing is having everything. Because if you have nothing, then you have self. You have a clear connect. Everything you put in you and around you radiates, and it all muffles that voice of self or God, what have you. And so if you have self, then you have everything, or God has you, if you want to look at it that way. So as we go through this new moon right now, we want to invest and see our true investments. Again, invest what we give our heart to. Then we reflect for the 14 days of investment and going through life. Then you have the 14 days after that. Then you reflect and evaluate. So you value what you ate, what you went through, or what really went through you, because that's what you were going through. So evaluate. It's all about value systems. Again, the ultimate agenda. You have to realize what it is you're building and who you're building for. So, life is a buffet, and you're taking some and you're leaving some. You don't want everything to go through you. Not everything is for this person that you're in this time. Again, just has to do with identification with this one body and being confined to this one body. So, all right, so let's get into this buffet thing here. Everything that's coming out of anybody's body is truth. The key to life is of knowing when to apply the truth. And if you know that, then you know that everything that's coming out is correct. It just might not be correct for that moment in space for you. It's like trying to teach a lesson that isn't present. It's not the correct time to, express your breath at that moment. So you know, okay, let me get back to my breath, give this no reaction, apply when necessary. So that's everything. Somebody might be saying something about life that does not apply to this moment for you. That does not mean it's wrong or a lie. It just means that it doesn't apply in that moment, maybe for you, from your perspective. So that's life in a nutshell, really. That's the key to life, is realizing that everything that you are being exposed to is the truth at some level. It's just when to apply. And again, that's the same thing with autism or these different indecisive spaces. It's just everything is coming in fragments. It's not coming as a whole. A person being totally truthful all the time. If you are exposed to that, the longer you're next to that, the more of a reference point it is, and then you'll know where your true position in life is for this body in this so-called time. So then you'll get back to your strengths and weaknesses, or what is a weakness really? A weakness is an overused strength or an underused strength. That's all it is. So yeah, that was just a little quick one for you guys. I got another vid coming up that I'm going to just spread off from this one because I wanted to give it its own title. Again, the books are online, Our Bud on Amazon. You can check them out to get the ebooks through Amazon, or you can get the PDFs, ROYALT 512 at Yahoo. And check it out, the Human Food page on Facebook, gzuscryst19 on IG. Taylor Bud is the other parasite being used through Facebook. So just check those things out, Again, it's Our Bud. It's 28 texts. They're about health, wealth, and finance. It's a wealth of knowledge there. If you don't feel like hearing my voice, you could check out pharaohshouse.com if you would like. And that's PHAROHS house.com. Check that out if you want. Become a member for free. And then listen to the podasodes. And, of course, we would, we all, love being of service to this existence. But if you feel the need to exchange, go ahead and do so. And yeah, that's that. Again, it's Our Bud Vegan, Taylor Bud, or gzuscryst19 on IG, and ROYALT 512 at Yahoo for the PDFs. Thank you.